Okay, guys, we're back up and running, and we're running away from a problem, huh? We're running away from the problem. Take a look at this, guys. So the charts, basically, I was talking about what the heck is this? I was talking about the Bitcoin price dropping down from the point of 95,000 all the way to 87 through 84,000, the price range right there. I talked about this yesterday, guys. Now, Bitcoin is not quite there right now. It is currently hovering around the low 91,000. It got as low as 90,500. I still believe at this very moment in time, we at least have further lows to develop. We may get lucky and have a bounce around 89,500. Just because if you take a look here, at this point, it is a strong low. It was the first big low after being rejected the first time. We got down to that low 89,000, almost high 88,000. It was a really low random point. But if it weren't to be that, I would look to this low right here at 86,900, just about 87,000. And if this weren't the low, I would obviously go back to where we started at 84,000. But guys, we cannot, there's no way we can maintain this 91,500 for a bounce. This, if we don't have one last final dip, we could see solid, absolute sideways action for a long time, guys. And I'm talking about creating a whole new phase right here in between low 90,000 to, about 99,000. Just going up and down for weeks. And guys, if that were to be the case, we're talking about possibly the absolute end. Guys, we might not even hit 100K if that's going to be the case. So today, I was calling for a dip by around the midday today. And we're at that point. And if we zoom into, we take a look at the, I guess we'll call it, the hourly is not long enough. We'll do the 15-minutely. If we take a look, we are just about there. You could have called from here, from top of 94,800 all the way down to 90,000. That dip could have been, but I don't think this green candle is strong enough to take us out. I don't think we're going to have a green candle strong enough to take us out because we don't have a low enough price to get enough buyers in there. So in my opinion, guys, this small green candle here, this will not save us. We're touching up against this support right here of 91.4, and it doesn't look like we're gonna blast through it. That just doesn't make sense. There's a lot of volume, of course, if you look down here at the RSI, but guys, that's not gonna help. We need some real volume. We need a real dip, and I think it's about to happen. It's 4 p.m. here, Eastern Standard. So I would guess that sometime between 4 and 8 p.m. in the next 4 hours, we're going to have the massive dip. If you want to make it perfect, it'll happen at 6, and we'll be all the way back up at least to this point of 91,000 by 8. Guys, this is all. Also, don't forget, I'm absolutely speculating on what I hope happens to the price. You take a look here on the daily, actually. This may not even be what happens. So if you take a look, we had one big red dildo and then a smaller red dildo. But typically, if you wanna go back, usually the second one or the third ones are the biggest. If you take a look here, if you take a look here, if you take a look here, even here, the first one was bigger, but then there were two really big ones. We could be going in for something like this, where the second day isn't as bad, but tomorrow and the next day is worse. If that were to be the case, guys, we're talking about low price targets, like even below 84,000. You're talking about like high 70,000. You don't want to see that. But you see it here too. The second one is bigger. and this is all in this bull phase. Here's kind of an outlier, but this is where we started to this is where nothing mattered actually. But if you look here, second day is worse. These are all, each candle here is a full day. So you're talking about every single time we had a bad day, the second day was worse. But here, that's not the case yet. Now I bring this up because it has to become the case that this day is going to be worse. And for that to happen, well, we went from yesterday from about 98 down to 93. So you gotta go down 5,000 from 93. So you literally have to come to at least 87,000 for today to be a bigger red candle. And 84,000 is the range where the candle will be bigger within that range, but not so much bigger that we're going to consider an absolute blackout crash where everything has to get sold. Guys, if that were to be the case, I would cry. I would upload as many videos as I could to warn you as fast as I could. But guys, if any of this means anything to you, it should just mean you gotta hold on. You gotta stick to the plan. The plan is you just don't sell that stuff. You just buy it. You gotta look out for good buying opportunities. It's not the end of the season. My ultimate outlook says by February, you may want to start looking into taking profits for the next 2 months up until May, when you're gonna start expecting the peak to show itself at some point. I'm gonna make another video later talking about what it looks like when Bitcoin hits the absolute peak of the cycle and how far we are from it. So look out for that one. Anyways, guys, you already know I always got a plan, and I got you.